Another one, Zix muttered, their mandibles clicking in irritation. They traced a claw along the crystalline surface of Charon, Pluto's largest moon, where yet another ancient warning was carved. The etching glowed faintly in the alien light, bearing the same ominous message they had seen before. Danger, do not disturb the sleeping giants of the third planet. That makes 17 so far, Critic, the research lead, confirmed, their bioluminescent patches flickering with excitement. As their equipment scanned and recorded the etching, yet another variation of the warning appeared. Seriously, we mean it. This is not a drill. Mu, the junior researcher, glanced nervously at her datapad, her tentacles curling as she scrolled through the findings. My favorite one is still from the ruins on Mars. Look, we're not joking. Those things are terrifying when they wake up. She paused. Also cranky. The three researchers stood huddled on Charon's frozen surface, their environmental suits glowing faintly in the void. Above them, their sleek research vessel hovered, sensors silently mapping the Kuiper belt. Zix paced back and forth, their movements carving precise geometric patterns in the frost. Let me get this straight, they said, their voice sharp with disbelief. Multiple advanced civilizations, spanning millions of years, all left warnings about Earth, about humans who've barely entered their electronic age and haven't even colonized their own moon. Correct, critics said, their patches dimming in agreement. Mu added, and there's that bit in the Venus archives about how humans are mostly harmless while dormant, but unpredictably destructive when motivated. Zix threw all four arms up in exasperation. It doesn't make sense. They're practically infants in terms of technological development. What could possibly be so threatening about them? Mu's tentacles rippled with unease. It's not just the warnings. The linguistic analysis of the carvings suggests whoever made them was panicking. Critic nodded. Severe anxiety, extreme fear, and yet here we are. The three aliens stood in silence, the implications of their mission weighing heavily. Mu finally spoke. We're definitely going to wake them up, aren't we? Critic chittered in amusement. Oh, absolutely. The Council of Sciences is practically drooling at the thought of studying them. Well, Zix sighed, glancing at the readings on their suit, at least we'll finally find out what all the fuss is about. The researchers trudged back to their ship, their footprints trailing across the barren surface. Behind them, another warning was left, glowing faintly in the endless night of the solar system's edge. None of them noticed the smaller inscription beneath it, written in ancient Proximan. P.S. If you're dumb enough to ignore this warning, for the love of the stars, don't mention their coffee. We lost 3 star systems that way. The first approach to Earth was meticulous and cautious. The ship hovered just beyond lunar orbit, broadcasting peaceful contact protocols across all known frequencies. Every sensor was primed to capture humanity's response. What they received, however, was entirely unexpected. Instead of carefully crafted diplomatic signals, the ship was bombarded with a flood of bizarre data. There were messages from platforms called Twitter and Reddit, amateur astronomical photographs, and countless memes. One recurring theme, come fight us IRL. Are they making jokes about first contact? Zix asked, staring at the data stream in disbelief. Critics' patches flickered. It seems so, and if I'm interpreting this correctly, a significant percentage of their population genuinely wants us to engage in hand-to-hand combat. Mu peered at her screen. They're also referencing someone called Florida Man, and they keep saying, "Hold my beer." What does that mean? This is not how first contact is supposed to go, Zix muttered, pacing as more data flooded in. Humans seem to alternate between curiosity, humor, and absurdity, crafting elaborate memes about everything from alien invasions to theoretical interstellar diplomacy. Finally, an official message arrived, bearing the seal of the United Nations Security Council. It was formal, welcoming the aliens to Earth and suggesting a diplomatic meeting. Yet the postscript left the team uneasy. P.S. If you're planning any funny business, note that we've collectively watched every alien invasion movie ever made and have plans for everything from Independence Day to Mars attacks. We're also fairly confident we can get Jeff Goldblum on the phone if needed. "Who's Jeff Goldblum?" Moo asked. The AI translator responded, "An actor, known for helping defeat aliens using outdated human technology." Zik stared at the screen, their limbs rigid. The ancient warnings are starting to make sense. The landing zone outside a major human city was a chaotic blend of awe and absurdity. Crowds had gathered, tailgating in designated safety zones, grilling food, and singing the final countdown. Drones filled the sky, capturing every moment, while humans waved signs with slogans like "Welcome to Earth" and "We'll trade sister for alien technology." The research team descended their ramp, dressed in formal diplomatic attire, only to be greeted by a human in an inflatable T-Rex costume. "Welcome to Earth," the costumed figure shouted. "We have dogs and pizza, and we'll probably try to pet you." The scene set the tone for the days to come. Humans, it turned out, approached everything with a mix of curiosity, irreverence, and unrelenting enthusiasm. Within weeks, they had created 15 universal translator apps, 3 of which actually worked, launched an interstellar meme exchange, begun designing faster-than-light travel, primarily out of spite after being told it was impossible, started an intergalactic food truck business, and turned critic into a viral sensation with a TikTok account that explained quantum mechanics through interpretive dance. Zik stared in disbelief as humanity adapted to their presence with remarkable ease. "They're not sleeping giants," they muttered one evening. "They're caffeinated toddlers with physics degrees." In the months that followed, the galaxy learned why the warnings existed, not because humanity was inherently violent, but because they were unrelentingly creative. They refused to accept limitations, solving problems that had stumped civilizations for millennia with a mix of irreverence and sheer audacity. When told teleportation was impossible due to quantum uncertainty, a human physicist shrugged and said, "Have you tried ignoring it?" 6 months later, they teleported a sandwich. It arrived slightly toasted. "Free toasting," the physicist declared. "That's value added." They revolutionized interstellar transportation by applying something called the principles of Yeet. They combined alien and human cuisines into dishes like quantum quesadillas and nebula noodles. They even created a new sport involving zero-gravity dodgeball. Amid this chaos, the First Contact team found themselves carving a new warning into the solar system's edge. Warning: the beings of the third planet are awake. They have dogs, pizza, TikTok, and an endless supply of coffee. They will pet you, meme you, and turn your greatest challenges into their hobbies. You'll probably love it. As Critic's TikTok channel surpassed 1 billion followers, Zix marveled at humanity's relentless creativity. "The galaxy isn't just awake," they said. "It's alive in a way it never was before." And so, humanity changed the galaxy not with conquest or war, but with memes, coffee, and an unshakable belief that everything is better when shared. To the Council of Sciences, humanity changes everything they touch. They're not sleeping giants. They're unstoppable forces of creativity. The galaxy is better for it. P.S. We'll need more coffee. End report.